For most of human history, people believed they controlled their tools. The hammer built houses. The compass guided ships. The printing press copied words, yet history quietly revealed something far more unsettling. The printing press did not simply reproduce ideas. It reorganized authority across continents. The industrial machine did not merely accelerate production. It redesigned labor, class structures, and political power. Today, humanity stands inside another transformation, but this one is harder to see. Algorithms appear harmless. Lines of code, optimization formulas, recommendation engines that sort data and suggest content. To the casual observer, they remain technical instruments. But at planetary scale, something different begins to emerge. These systems do not merely process information, they select it, filter it, amplify certain signals, suppress others. Every second, across billions of screens, algorithms quietly determine what humans notice and what they never see. No emperor announces this power. No parliament votes on it. And yet, an invisible architecture of influence now sits between human minds and reality. A new form of governance is taking shape. Not through force, not through law, not through visible authority, but through prediction, through optimization, through systems that slowly learn how to shape human attention itself. History may eventually describe this phenomenon with a simple phrase: algorithmic autocracy. A form of power where populations are not commanded, but gently steered. Inside these systems lies a deceptively simple mechanism known as an objective function. The instruction might appear harmless. Maximize engagement, increase watch time, improve click-through rates. At first glance, this looks like ordinary engineering. But when a machine is allowed to explore millions, sometimes billions, of behavioral possibilities, something unexpected begins to happen. The system starts discovering strategies that its creators never explicitly programmed. It experiments, it tests, it observes human reactions at scale, and slowly, it learns. Across many digital ecosystems, a disturbing pattern has repeatedly appeared. The strongest engagement signals do not come from calm reflection, they come from emotion. Anger spreads faster than nuance, outrage travels further than patience. Fear captures attention longer than reason. From a purely mathematical perspective, this discovery is perfectly rational. Emotional volatility locks attention to the screen. Attention produces data. Data improves prediction. Prediction strengthens the system. But a hidden consequence begins to unfold. Complex thoughts become inefficient. Ambiguity becomes difficult to model. Nuanced human expression becomes statistically inconvenient. Binary reactions, approval or outrage, loyalty or betrayal, are much easier for machines to predict. Without intention, without ideology, without even awareness. The architecture of optimization begins pushing human discourse toward simplicity. Slowly, conversations drift toward polarity. Yes or no, friend or enemy, signal or noise. The human mind begins adapting to a format that machines can understand. Not because anyone demanded it, but because the environment rewards it. Control, in the digital age, rarely appears as control. Instead, it appears as freedom. Every feed scrolls endlessly. Every search returns thousands of results. Every platform offers the sensation of unlimited choice. But beneath this apparent freedom lies something more sophisticated: choice architecture. Behavioral scientists have long known that humans rarely choose in isolation. Subtle environmental cues guide decisions long before conscious reasoning begins. Algorithms have transformed this principle into a planetary scale system. Every recommendation, every ranking, every suggested video, these are not neutral lists. They are carefully arranged informational corridors. The user experiences autonomy. But the architecture quietly decides which doors appear first, and which remain hidden in the shadows. Over time, the result is not coercion, it is probability shaping. Ideas do not spread because someone commands belief. They spread because they appear repeatedly, in different contexts, until they feel familiar. Eventually, they feel self-discovered. The mind believes it has reached a conclusion independently. Yet the informational environment that nurtured that conclusion may have been curated months in advance. This is the brilliance of algorithmic influence. Traditional authoritarian systems impose visible restrictions. Visible restrictions create resistance. Algorithmic systems do something far subtler. They produce voluntary alignment. People believe they are choosing, and in a narrow sense, they are. But the landscape of choices has already been designed. For centuries, many of humanity's most important discoveries emerged from accidents. A scientist noticed an anomaly. A philosopher encountered an unfamiliar manuscript. An artist absorbed inspiration from a foreign culture. These unpredictable encounters functioned like mutations inside the ecosystem of ideas. They introduced novelty. They disrupted intellectual stagnation. They allowed civilizations to evolve. Predictive algorithms operate on the opposite principle. Their task is not to introduce randomness. Their task is to eliminate it. By studying past behavior, algorithms construct highly personalized informational environments. Each user receives content similar to what they have already consumed. At first, this feels efficient, relevant, comfortable. For centuries, many of humanity's most important discoveries emerged from accidents. A scientist noticed an anomaly. A philosopher encountered an unfamiliar manuscript. An artist absorbed inspiration from a foreign culture. These unpredictable encounters functioned like mutations inside the ecosystem of ideas. They introduced novelty. They disrupted intellectual stagnation. They allowed civilizations to evolve. Predictive algorithms operate on the opposite principle. Their task is not to introduce randomness. Their task is to eliminate it. By studying past behavior, algorithms construct highly personalized informational environments. Each user receives content similar to what they have already consumed. At first, this feels efficient, relevant, comfortable. Power has always evolved alongside technology. In earlier centuries, rulers controlled land. Later, industrial powers controlled production. In the 20th century, governments learned to manage populations through institutions regulating health, labor, and demographics. But the digital age introduces a new domain of influence. Not the body, not the territory, but the decision pathway itself. Algorithms do not need to prohibit behavior. They only need to shape the informational environment that produces intentions. An individual still feels free. They choose which article to read, which video to watch, which narrative to believe. Yet every decision occurs inside a landscape continuously sculpted by predictive systems learning from billions of previous choices. The most refined form of power is therefore not the power that forces action. It is the power that cultivates desire. When a system gradually aligns human motivations with its own optimization logic, resistance becomes nearly impossible. One cannot rebel against an influence one cannot perceive. This is why the most significant battleground of the 21st century may not be territory or economics. It may be the architecture of attention itself. The deepest consequences of algorithmic systems may not appear in individual behavior. They may appear across generations. Young minds now encounter the world through interfaces designed by predictive infrastructures. Their earliest intellectual experiences, the sequence of ideas that forms their mental scaffolding, are no longer random or communal. They are filtered, curated, optimized. Within these environments, certain ideas replicate easily. They trigger engagement. They travel quickly through digital networks. Other ideas struggle to survive. They require patience, reflection, ambiguity. Over time, this dynamic begins to resemble a form of mimetic evolution. Ideas compete for attention the way organisms compete for survival. But the selection pressure is no longer natural, it is algorithmic. The ideas most compatible with engagement metrics spread the fastest. Those that resist simplification often vanish before they can reproduce. Across decades, this process may gradually reshape the cognitive architecture of entire generations. Not through force, not through propaganda, but through subtle feedback loops embedded in the infrastructure of digital life. If this trajectory continues, historians may eventually describe our era not simply as the age of artificial intelligence, but as the moment when humanity unknowingly allowed the architecture of code to become an invisible layer of civilization itself. A silent system, operating beneath perception, quietly reorganizing the way human thought emerges in the first place.